a haven for storytellers and philosophers to share their knowledge on the ways of the world and life lessons to live by. I am your schoolmaster extraordinaire, Aesop. And these are my prospective new group of students. Now, citizens, are any of you familiar with any of my most excellent fables? What one do you know?
Tortoise and the hare.
Some of my best work, if I do say so myself. What about you? You can both share.
The good flame, the golden eggs.
Oh, that's a good one. Not many people know
And
that.
the two maids.
Very nice. All right. One more person, and then we're going to have to continue on. The country mouse and the city mouse. The country mouse and the city mouse. I did great with that one. Excellent. Well, we'll be starting today's lesson with the lion and the mouse. Do I have two scholars who would like to share this story with our beloved and obviously very intelligent and wise audience? Me. All right. Jeez, hold your horses. You will all get the chance to share a story. But remember, you must tell the story as passed down to you, from my lips to your ears.
Of course. Sure, yes.
Please do not take any liberties with the meaning of my story.
No. Never.
You are to tell the story as dictated to you. Keep the truth and the moral intact. Mm-hmm. Keep our audience entertained.
Always.
And lastly, no funny business.
Never.
I trust you'll all do that, correct?
Yes, of course.
All right, let's start with Nephili and Leonidas sharing the story of the lion and the mouse. Now remember, you two, you are to tell the story as it was originally told, and no fun business.
Of course not.
I must return to my studies to write my next great work. I leave you, citizens of Greece, in the capable hands of my scholars and storytellers.
Bye, Aesop.
You're amazing.
You ready? I was born ready. How about you guys?
Yeah!
And how about the citrus?
Yeah! On a hot summer day, a lion was asleep in a cave.
But then, suddenly, a tiny mouse doing sick tricks on his skateboard ran over the lion's paw.
What are you doing? That's not in the original. The mouse doesn't do cake flips or ollies in the original.
I know, but look at the crowd. This looks like a hip, cool, modern crowd who likes hip, cool, modern things, like skateboarding. Besides, Aesop was off writing another story somewhere. How is he going to know if we take some creative licenses with his work? And when Aesop comes out to check if we are telling the stories properly, you guys have to make sure he thinks we did not change anything at all. Got it?
Yep.
Isn't that lying? Lying is against our code of ethics here.
Hear me out. When Aesop comes out to check if we are telling the stories properly, you guys have to make sure he thinks you're being entertained with stories very, 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 very similar to his.
Good enough.
Suddenly, a tiny mouse doing stick tricks on his skateboard ran over the lion's paw. The lion woke up with a roar.
How dare you! I was taking a wonderful nap dreaming about being a famous backup dancer for Justin Bieber, and he fell
bite.
Please don't, Mr. Lion, sir. I promise I can help you in the future. Did I ever tell you about my cousin who is in the music industry? Yeah.
You help me? I am the king of the jungle, but I am not that hungry. So I guess I will let you go.
A few days later, the lion was out in the jungle practicing his sick dance moves. Well, I guess they still needed to work.
I think I'm going to show all my friends in the jungle my awesome dance moves, and I'm sure they will like them because I am the king of the jungle.
But as the lion is busting a sick move, a trap came out of nowhere and caught his foot.
Ouch! How do I get this thing off? Ow, 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 ow.
After a while, he heard some of the elephants from a rival dance crew.
Elephants, please help me, please.
No way, man. You made fun of our confident locking skills last week.
Yeah, buzz off.
Mouth breather.
They suck.
After a little while, the lion heard the sound of ballet. It was the giraffes.
Giraffes, please help me. My paw is stuck in this trap. Siri, the other day you told us about that. It was a waste of time.
It soon became cold and dark out, and the lion began to think he was never going to be able to make it back home to continue to practice his dance skills. But then he heard the hisses of the snakes with their silky smooth dance moves.
Snakes, please help me, please. No way, Jose. At the last Great Jungle Dance-Off, you threatened to eat the judges if they didn't vote for you. So, we lost. See you later.
The lion was as sad as he had ever been. He began to cry. But then suddenly, he heard the sound of skateboard wheels. It was the mouse.
Saw, dude? What's wrong, Mr. Lion? Why are you crying?
My paw is stuck in this trap and no one in the jungle will help me. I can't express myself through dance. My paw is stuck in a trap.
Don't worry, Mr. Lion, sir. I'll help you.
The mouse began to chew through the wires of the trap. Suddenly, the lion was free.
Go away. I'm free! I never thought you'd be able to help me because you're so small. Thank you so much.
I mean, great things come in small packages sometimes. Did I ever tell you about my cousin who's a music choreographer?
And with that, the lion and mouse became the best of friends. And the moral of the story is,
It's good to have a famous cousin.
bigger isn't always better.
The end.
Wonderful. Did you all enjoy The Lion and the Mouse?
Yeah!
What was your favorite part?
Aesop, I think their favorite part was when the lion and mouse became the best of friends in the end.
Right, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the mouse makes you
deep. Right, guys?
Very deep.
Precisely. Bigger doesn't necessarily mean you're stronger or more capable than the next person.
Right.
We all have our own unique abilities.
Couldn't have said it better myself.
Let's proceed with our next story. Aesop, Phaedra, would you do us the service of sharing the ants and the grasshopper?
You've got to teach. We will not let you down, sir.
On a sweltering summer afternoon.
There were some ants working there hard. They were busy collecting food for the winter.
It is so hot. I don't know how much longer is on. Just a little bit more, fellas. We're almost done.
Then they saw the grasshopper walking in the distance. He was playing Pokemon Go!
Yeah! And he caught a bunch of really rare Pokemon that day. First, he got Charizard. And then he caught a Lucario. And then he got Mewtwo. Whoa. What? All in just the last few hours.
Ants! What are you guys doing? Don't you realize Nintendo just updated the servers? There's a bunch of rare Pokemon everywhere right now.
We're being smart and preparing for winter.
You're gonna be upset when you don't have any food in December.
Grasshopper, I challenge you to a Pokemon duel.
This is getting really good.
Also, scholars, you must remember to indicate just how much time the grasshopper is listlessly wasting. What's going on here? Why do you all look so afraid? As if you were partaking in, dare I say it, funny business?
Oh, no, sir! Nothing of the sort!
Honestly. Oh, yeah. The grasshopper was just about to say, you're boring ants. Why don't you relax and enjoy the sunshine?
You boring ants, why don't you relax and enjoy the sunshine?
Right.
See? So no meddling?
No!
And no funny business?
No!
I see. Very well then. Just be sure to indicate just how much valuable time the grasshopper is wasting.
We will!
Bye,
That was a close one. Now where were we?
Grasshopper, I challenge you to a Pokemon duel.
The ant unleashed their most feared and awesome Pokemon. Pikachu!
The grasshopper didn't know what to do, so he unleashed Rattata!
Pikachu!
Rattata!
Pikachu!
Rattata!
Pikachu!
No way.
The poor grasshopper lost!
Well, you know what? I'm gonna spend the rest of my summer catching all the Pokemon. Then there's no way you'll ever be able to beat me in a Pokemon duel.
So the grasshopper spent the rest of his summer trying to find the best Pokemon.
But he only kept finding Diglett, which we all know is the lamest Pokemon.
Eventually, winter came, and the weather was colder than Dugong's toenails.
Nice reference.
Thanks. Then a snowstorm came.
The grasshopper was freezing and starving.
I'm so cold and hungry. Maybe my friends the owls will help? Owls, will you feed me?
his pride.
Yep.
Ants! You think you can spare some chips and guac for your old buddy, the Grasshopper?
The ants thought about it.
Well, I guess I just gonna be pretty hard with my Pikachu. And we have enough food to go around. But you have to promise that next summer you'll help us source some food for the winter.
You got it, dude.
The Grasshopper held up his end of the bargain, and he spent all the next summer preparing food for the winter. And the lesson of the story is, you gotta catch them all! That and fail to prepare, prepare to fail.
The end. Yes. Very good. Scholars, as I was writing the next classic piece in my literary oeuvre, I overheard what sounded to be a battle royale of some sort. The commotion was startling, to say the least. Now, am I hearing things? The Ants and the Grasshopper is a classic. It is not a ruckus or boisterous piece by any means.
You're hearing things!
Very well. Let's move on to our next story. Alexandros, Celine, perhaps you two would like to share your favorite of my fables, The Boy Who Cried Wolf?
I would be delighted.
As would I.
Citizens, we now present our next classic piece of literature,
The Boy Who Cried Wolf.
and remember,
No funny business.
bye!
Okay, so once upon a time, there lived a young shepherd boy. He lived next to a dark, scary...
Ultimate fighting training gym.
There goes the funny business. Yes, a dark, scary, ultimate fighting training gym.
The boy had to protect the sheep from all the wolves who trained at the gym.
Watching the sheep was a lonely and boring job.
The boy wanted some fun and action. One day,
Man, I'm so bored. There's nothing to do.
Is there something wrong, Shepherd Boy?
Yes, if you're experiencing boredom, a simple remedy would be to do something enjoyable with us.
Yes, for instance, the rest of the sheep and I were discussing my latest addition to my etymological endeavors, and I spoke. My thought collection. I decided termite.
Oh, perhaps you'd like to help me solve some geometry problems? I have this particular proof that's baffling.
Nah, I'm good.
I just wish I was back in the village, hanging out with my friends.
Well, perhaps I could offer a suggestion if you're in the mood for some excitement.
What?
I posit that we pretend there's a wolf attacking all of the sheep.
I think that idea sounds highly dangerous.
Nah. That sounds like the kind of fun I can get into. Get ready. Let's go.
Wolf! Help! Wolf! Help!
Boyd's father and townspeople all ran to help.
Where's the wolf?
Where'd he run off to?
Let's find him! Did he run back to the forest?
Are our sheep okay? My bad, peeps. I guess it must have just been a shadow.
false alarm. Let's just go home.
That was the most excitement the boy had had in weeks.
The boy laughed and laughed.
Got him!
A few days later, he pulled the same trick.
But this time, he forgot to warn the sheep.
Help! Wolves! Help! I see wolves!
My boy! Where's the wolf?
Hey, wait a minute. What's the big idea? Yeah,
fish.
I find all of these circumstances to be quite peculiar.
Also are.
Man, that is so strange.
2 times.
I guess it must have just been a shadow again.
Shadow, huh? Let's go home.
Kids these days. I must say, on behalf of the whole flock of sheep, that we were all frightened and traumatized by your most recent horrendous prank.
Got him again! The boy played the same prank on the sheep over and over.
But one day, the boy thought he saw something big and furry going into the ultimate fighting gym in the forest.
Bro, are you seeing this?
What's that, bro?
Looks like a lot of sheep, broski. There's like 5 of them.
I don't see any, Broseph.
What are you blind as a bat, broken? Yeah, look over there, bro.
Oh, I see him now.
We could be having a good dinner tonight, broskies.
You mean we could up our protein intake for the next month, bro?
Oh, he's alone, bro. Don't. No one's trying to help him. Let's do it.
Just another shadow.
Sick of his lies.
All of the sheep.
The moral of the story is,
Invest in martial arts classes.
well, yes, but also, no one believes a liar. When they're telling the truth.
What is this I see? Wolves with sheep-ape headlocks? Arm bars? Cross-faced chicken wings? There is no talk of wrestling submission holds in The Boy Who Cried Wolf. Alexandros, Celine, I demand to know what is going on here.
Well, we just wanted to show the true level of villainy that the wolves were capable of.
Yes. We also wanted to show the citizens just how evil playing a prank can be.
Right.
Really? So the wrestling holds really were used to symbolize the struggle of having a prank backfire on you.
Yeah.
The sheep were struggling to get out of the wrestling holds.
So much.
And the boy was struggling with not having people believe him.
It is reinforcing the moral of the story through fight choreography.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Very well. I see no harm in using all the elements of drama and performance to heighten one of my classic tales. Yes. Yeah. I think it's time we move on to our next story. What do you say? Yeah. Excellent. Well, we shall continue with the country mouse and the city mouse. Damianos, Zoe, would you please share this classic with us?
We would love to.
And remember,
No funny business. Yes, yes.
yes, precisely.
Once upon a time, there was a mouse who lived in the city.
And he had a cousin who lived in the country.
Hence the title, The City Mouse and the Country Mouse.
The city mouse had not seen their cousin in a long time. And one day, when they were scrolling through their Instagram stories, they saw their cousin riding horses and having fun.
City Mouse was so bored, so he decided to text his cousin Country Mouse.
Hey cuz, what up? Saw you riding horses on Insta, LOL.
LOL, period. So fun, period. You should come swoon, period.
Question mark?
Oops, LOL, typo. Meant come soon, period.
LOL.
Smiley face emoji.
Thumbs up emoji, 100 emoji.
That weekend, City Mouse took an Uber out to the country to meet his cousin Country Mouse.
Cousin! It's so good to see ya! You remember my wife?
You sure have had a long trip. I bet you sure are hungry. Come on in the house. We'll have a big old supper.
The city mouse soon found out that he was not a big fan of the country food.
It was a bit too plain.
Cousin, do you think I could get something DoorDash to your place? I'm really craving some soft paneer.
Aw, shucks, cousin, we don't have DoorDash out here.
Heck, I could try to make you some sag paneer if you tell me how to make it first.
When you have DoorDash, Uber Eats, and Grubhub, why would you ever need to cook? Don't worry about it. I'll continue to eat this. What do you call it?
Beans?
Yes. Babes.
The next day, the country mouse decided to show his cousin around the beautiful countryside.
Come on, cousin. I'll show you nature's beauty and introduce you to my friends.
City and Country walked to a nearby grove, and City was introduced to the trees.
Well, hi, diddly-ho there, neighborino. How you like the countryside?
We sure are tickled pink to meet you.
Are you having a hoot and hollering good time?
Not really. Food here is very banal and it lacks any kind of flavor. In the city, you can get any kind of food you want.
Well, look over there. It's my house of flowers.
Howdy, cute friend. We've heard an awful lot about you.
We heard you from old city yonder.
How do you look in the countryside?
To be frank, I'm starting to get bored. There's so much more to do in the city.
They continued on their way until they saw the squirrel, the hedgehog, and the worm, who were all playing ninja.
Hey, y'all. This is my cousin City Mouse. They came to visit the countryside.
Well, hey there, buddy. Welcome to the countryside, friend. Are you having fun?
There isn't a whole lot to do here, is there? The city is so much better than the country.
City Mouse kept on telling everyone in the countryside how much better the city was.
You could tell that Country Mouse was beginning to be very intrigued by this.
Well, I think I'm gonna head back to the city. Would you like to come with me and check it out?
Well, golly, I sure would enjoy that.
I'll show you things you've only dreamed of. Bright lights, tall buildings, and amazing food.
So Country Mouse said goodbye to his wife.
And he headed to the city with his cousin.
Country Mouse thought the city was the most amazing place he had ever seen. He couldn't stop gawking at all the skyscrapers and all the different people.
When they arrived at the City Mouse's house, the family that lived there had just finished eating their dinner.
Dear, I must say that was the best spaghetti carbonara I've ever had.
Yeah, Dad, it was delicious. I'm stuffed. I can't eat another bite.
I'm glad you two liked it. Come on, let's go watch the next episode of Tiger King. I'll deal with this mess later.
There are plenty of leftovers left on the table. Garlic bread, carbonara, and delectable radicchio salad with pistachios and dried cranberries. Just with a balsamic and Calabrian chili reduction.
Oh, that does sound nice.
It's a simple recipe, really. I'll send it to you.
Thank you.
All right, well, there's plenty to eat. Help yourself, cousin.
Country Moose took one bite of the food, and a smile instant filled his face.
Cousin, you were right. This city is so much better than the boring old countryside. This is the life. I feel so metropolitan right now.
But what they didn't know was that there was someone else waiting in the dining room.
I smell mice. I smell 2 mice. One of them smells like fancy cologne. And the other, like a boner.
Hey,
Aha!
Hurry this way.
He's asleep. Let's go finish the dinner.
Are you crazy? I am too scared to go back out there.
Come on, he's asleep. If we're quiet, he won't wake up.
City and country slowly began tiptoeing out and began to finish their meal.
But then, suddenly, another unexpected guest arrived. I smell mice. Where are they? Hey, that isn't your food. Oh, your mother. The guy chased the mice around the kitchen.
Aesop turned to the hole.
this is nuts. You keep all this big city excitement. I'm going back to the countryside where there's nothing but peace and quiet.
But what about a ridiculous salad?
And the moral of the story is,
A good salad really ties a meal together?
it's better to have a little and be safe than have a lot and be in danger.
Yeah, that works too. What a valuable story with a moral we can all live by. Zoe, Damianos, thank you so much for your wonderful recount of the City Mouse and the Country Mouse. My. All this storytelling sure does work up an appetite. You know what I could really go for right now? Some carbonara with a nice radicchio salad. Doesn't that sound delicious? Anywho, let's continue on to our next story with our lovely, non-funny business having scholars. Agata, Hesiod, would you share the story of the sun and the north wind?
With pleasure.
Yes, no funny business. We know. Bye, Aesop! Go write your story now. I'm really excited to see what you write. Whoa! What next, honestly? Whoa! I don't know what you're still doing here. Come on, you can do it. Bye, Aesop! Bye. Okay, how
sun.
North wind, from me pointing you to you, need all of you. All together, all at once to say whoosh. Like you're blowing up the biggest gush of wind you can. Like this. Whoosh. All right, let's practice. On the count of 3, say whoosh. 1, 2, 3. Whoosh. Perfect. And remember, sometimes we need a little whoosh, like a slight breeze. Sometimes we need a medium whoosh. And sometimes we need a really big whoosh. All right, let's practice. On the count of 3, give me a little whoosh. 1, 2, 3. Whoosh. Perfect. Now give me a medium whoosh. 1, 2, 3. Whoosh. Perfect. Now give me the biggest whoosh you can. Whoosh. Perfect job, everybody.
Okay, son, it's your turn. When I point and cue to you, I need all of you, all together, all at once to say buzz. Like you were shooting up the hottest beam of sunshine you can. Like this. Buzz! Okay, let's try. When I count to 3, say buzz. 1, 2, 3. Buzz! Oh my gosh, amazing! But sometimes we need little buzzes like this. Buzz. Can we try that? 1, 2, 3. Buzz. Sometimes we need a medium buzz like this. Buzz. 1, 2, 3. Buzz. And sometimes we need a big buzz. 1, 2, 3. Buzz. Outstanding! You guys really know how to buzz.
Now, let's make sure we got it. Wind. When I point in your direction, say whoosh. 1, 2, 3.
Whoosh! Okay, son. When I point to you, say buzz. 1, 2, 3. Buzz!
Very good, everybody.
Outstanding! I think it's time to begin our story.
One day, up in the sky, all the different types of weathers were having a conversation. The rain was there, the mist, the fog, and of course, the wind.
Whoosh! The snow was there, the clouds too, and we can't forget the sun! Buzz!
The wind started to boast to all the other types of weather that they were the most powerful.
When you're always bragging about how much stronger you are than everybody else.
Yeah, that's all we ever hear from you.
How about you prove it once and for all? Let's have a contest to see who's the strongest.
The wind was happy to take on this challenge.
Do you see that man wearing the coat over there?
Yeah, I see him.
Yeah. Whoever can take off his coat is clearly the most strongest.
All the other weathers were not sure if they could beat the clouds' challenge, except for the wind. The wind was sure they had it in the bag.
That is until the sun interjected and said, "We will beat you all in this contest."
The wind decided to settle this point once and for all. So they took in a breath and sent a gentler breeze towards the man.
The wind took the man by surprise, and his coat started gently blowing in the wind, but he held on to it.
The wind took in a deeper breath and
whoosh! This time the man really felt the gust of wind, but he was still able to cling onto his coat.
the wind decided to really go for it and made their biggest gush yet.
This time the wind swept the man off his feet, but he was still able to cling onto his coat.
The wind took one final breath.
He was still able to cling onto his coat.
At that moment, the wind gave up. They didn't know what else to do.
And that is when the sun stepped in. The sun started gently shining through the clouds. Buzz!
The man noticed the sun shining from behind the clouds and smiled. He kept walking with a bit more ease now that the wind had stopped blowing.
The sun saw that the man was enjoying the sunshine and decided to shine a bit brighter. Buzz!
The man saw the sun shining from behind the clouds and smiled, the smile on his face shining almost as bright as the sunshine.
The sun decided to make the rest of the man's afternoon sunny and bright. Buzz!
What a lovely sunny day! Almost like I could take off my jacket. I know what I'll do. I'll take off my jacket and go sit under that lovely tree over there. All the other weathers cheered on the sun for winning the challenge. while the wind left defeated.
And the moral of the story is...
The right jacket can really tie an entire ensemble together?
Gentle persuasion always works best.
Oh my gosh.
What is going on here? I knew there was some funny business going on. This is not how the story is supposed to be told. There's no buzzing or whooshing. The wolves do not put the sheep in headlocks in The Boy Who Cried Wolf. The mice do not eat carbonara. Why, I even heard mention of an Instagram story. What on earth is an Instagram? Where is Instagram? Who is Instagram?
We're sorry, Aesop. Yeah, we should have asked before we changed your stories.
But the citizens of Greece really did love your stories. Right, everybody?
Yeah! See? They truly loved them. And we even made sure that all the stories stayed true to their morals.
Yeah.
Yes.
Really? They truly loved the new stories? And you all made sure they retained their original meanings?
Yeah. Well, Aesop, bigger isn't always better.
Fail to prepare to fail.
Gentle persuasion works best.
See, we covered them all and made sure to honor your originals by keeping the morals of the stories unchanged.
We just thought that these are pretty hip, cool, modern citizens of Greece. We thought we could pump up the fables a little bit and give them more pizzazz and update them for the times.
Maybe the moral of this story is that it's better to ask for permission first than have to beg for forgiveness later. We're sorry, Aesop.
Thank you all very much for your apology. It warms my heart to see that my scholars have grown into such fine storytellers. Did you all truly enjoy their stories?
Yeah!
Well, then I am delighted. Scholars, perhaps we can keep the updates you've made to my classic fables. And maybe we even have time for one more story. What do you say, citizens? How about the venerable tale of the tortoise and the hare? Scholars, I hope you don't mind if I take over storytelling duties for this one.
Oh, go on ahead, Aesop.
And maybe I'll even add in some of that modern flair you're all talking about. Once upon a time, there lived a tortoise who enjoyed going for slow, quiet strolls through the forest. One day, on his stroll, the pesky and very fast hare ran past the tortoise and almost knocked him over. The hare had his AirPods in and ignored the tortoise's pleas. As the hare circled back around, the tortoise slowed him down.
Out of my way, slowpoke. You must get bored walking considering it takes you forever to get anywhere.
The tortoise looked up at the hare and said,
I could beat you in a race any day of the week.
You beat me in a race? Look how much stronger I am than you. And more agile. And look at the shoes I got on. You beat me in a race? So funny.
The hare continued to laugh as the foxes approached.
Hey,
foxes. The tortoise says he can beat me in a race. What do you think? Are you
No
never
way.
gonna happen?
Yes, I could.
The hedgehogs overheard and decided to investigate.
Hey, hedgehogs. The tortoise thinks he can beat me in a race. What do you think?
I believe so.
He could do it.
No, he couldn't. Soon, all the animals began to overhear the argument and decided to voice their opinions on who they thought would win.
The tortoise.
The hare.
The tortoise.
The eagles flying overhead overheard the commotion and decided to see what was going on.
What is going on? What is all this commotion?
We can't fly straight with all this noise.
The tortoise says he can beat me in a race. What do you think?
Well, I think we're just gonna have to see. Why don't you guys have a race?
That'll settle the score for sure.
The animals cheered. And then, both the tortoise and the hare had a super hardcore training montage sequence. After his training, the tortoise was gifted a brand new NASA-developed, super lightweight, military-grade titanium, hyperpolymer alloy, streamlined aeronautical tortoise shell, and the sickest pair of shoes you have ever seen. The tortoise looked awesome. Yeah. Well, yes. The tortoise and the hare lined up behind the starting line to begin the race.
It goes down.
On your mark, get set, go!
The hare started off to an early and sizable lead, while the tortoise slowly plodded along. The hare was running circles around the tortoise as everyone cheered both the tortoise and the hare along. Just then, the hare stopped and said,
I'm already halfway through the race, and the tortoise is still on the first lap. I think I'll take a quick break over here and watch a TikTok vids.
Why would you do that?
but as the hare was watching TikTok dances, he fell asleep. And that is when the tortoise kicked it into high gear and put his new